Alright, I think it's about time. It's about time we had that talk. You're investing in Pokemon wrong. Someone needs to tell you, but you're investing in Pokemon wrong. What do I mean by that? I mean, you don't have enough capital to make significant gains. Let me just put that down there. So, let's say you buy a $20 product, and then over the course of 6 months to 1 year, a short-term period, it goes up by $5. So it goes from $20 to $25. Now, that's a 25% gain, but you've only maybe theoretically made $5 off of your $20 initial investment. Now, that's a 25%. That's pretty good. However, $5 before shipping, fees, and taxes, that's still not a profit. You're maybe breaking even with that. At that, it's just that's why buying something, having no capital in the game, and buying something and hoping that it goes up even a little bit, while it does work, there's not enough capital. Again, back to you don't have enough capital to make significant gains. You can make those gains, you just don't. They're not significant in the dollar value amount. They are significant in the percentage, but after fees and taxes and shipping, well, I mean, not even, just don't even think about taxes. Just no, taxes don't exist. Even fees and shipping. That's gonna eBay 15%, Amazon 15%. Selling it in person to a local game store, you're looking at maybe 70% value, maybe 50% value. Maybe a little bit, probably 80%, maybe 70% credit, and 50% cash. I don't know. Never had to sell stuff to a local game store yet. But let's say, so for long term, let's say you buy a $20 product, and then over a year or two or three or four or five, however long you decide to forget about the product that you bought for $20. Let's say it does a 4 to 6x. Let's say it goes from $20 to $80 to $120. So $80 to $120, it has gone up to, it has appreciated to that value after a long-term period, meaning more than 1 year. So now you've theoretically made $60 or $80 or $100 on your $20 purchase, but once again, you don't have significant capital. You only bought one of these products and held on to it for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and while making $60 profit, while making a 4x to 6x, meaning 400% to 600%, making that kind of a gain, that's great. However, once again, you don't have enough capital to make significant gains. So all that time that you've spent waiting and holding that product and storing it for years, you haven't gained the monetary dollar value that you could have if you had multiple, or if you had thrown more money at buying that product and having multiple of those products, like these Japanese cases. I guess I'll go over this really quick. These two are Dragonstorm cases. This case is a Dream Rigu case. This case that I opened, as you can see, is kind of newer. It's from 2022. It's the Dark Phantasm set. I bought two cases. They're kind of cheap. I like the box. Actually, when I opened it, it was pretty cool. There are a lot of holo cards. Pretty fun to open. So I don't know why people don't like it. I guess it might be a little bit overprinted. I don't know. But it's a fun set. I think it'll appreciate just fine, or whatever. $50 box. Not too bad. We'll pick up. And then this box is a case of, I forget what this is even called. It's SM5 Plus. It's from 2018. It is it's like Sun and Moon expansion or something. It's just called Sun and Moon expansion. I don't know. I sell in my eBay store, but these are getting old. These are already 2018 to now. It's now 2014. when I'll upload this, probably. It's New Year's Day, practically end of the year. It'll be 2024, and this box will be 6 years old. I bought these maybe 2 years ago. They were only like $50 each, maybe $55. I don't know. I just saw they were getting old. No one wanted them. The set list wasn't that good. There's no real chase card in it. It's just an old box. But the old box, it doesn't really matter what the cards are inside that much. I mean, it'll still be worth more than $50 in the future. Sure, in the near future. It's already been a couple of years, so I'm already in the long-term territory. But what else will we get into? Okay, so you don't have enough capital to make significant gains in Pokemon. That's okay. That's fine. It's just a hobby. It's for fun. It's literally a hobby. It's for fun. This is like investing. This is not for fun. I mean, I can still have fun with it, but its purpose was not to buy, to open, to have fun. I mean, I did open like one of each, but actually I haven't opened one of these, and I haven't opened a Dragon Storm yet. But maybe in the future, maybe for this channel I'll do that. Let's get back to it. So you don't have enough capital. That's fine. You should invest your time on your skills that you do have, that do work, that you do make money with, like say your job. Do you have a profession? Do you have a career? Did you go to college? Do you have a degree in something that you currently use for work? Are you making money that way? Of course you have a job. Maybe not at this moment. That's okay. But you should work on your skills and the things that you do have expertise in to make more money, and then invest that in maybe something else, something that you're good at. That was the whole point of Captain Zack Sparrow's, not the whole point, but like a small snippet. And I just really wanted to make a video. Not a response, but to dive deeper into that. So yeah, you should use your expertise and skills, make extra money, invest it into something else. And then that something else that you're also good at, like say, I don't know, maybe you're good at investing in your 401k or certain stocks or cryptos or whatever you're savvy at. Maybe you have a side business. Maybe this is your side business. Maybe not. Maybe don't invest in a side business. You also need a lot of capital to do that. Work hard, make money, save it, invest in something else. Once you make a lot of gains, maybe not even a lot, but like once you make gains in that, you can take some profit, take a chunk, just take a chunk, and you can now choose to invest it how you want into something else to further grow it, whatever has grown. Like let's say into Pokemon. Pokemon's fun. It's a hobby. You like the cards. You want to get into investing into it a little bit. You want to have cool pieces. You want to dive into selling. I don't know. Let's say you want to do some kind of mix and match of those. But the key is make money, invest it into something else, achieve gains. So you have to wait. There's a waiting period between these two: making money and investing and making gains. And then you can pull out a chunk and invest it into Pokemon. That's what I've done. I mean, you don't have to take my advice. That's cool. It's fine. It doesn't matter. But it's a lot faster to make money, and then you take a chunk of that money and invest it into something else. It's just, that is how you can make money? I don't know. I'm not going to go too much deeper into that. But, so let's say you want to take a chunk, put it into Pokemon. You want to dive deep. You want to dive head first. So, first you should figure out a purchase plan. What kind of, or an investment plan, how do you want to spend that chunk that you just took out? Do you want to disperse it slowly throughout 1 year? Break it up into 12 different intervals? Break it up into 6 different intervals and disperse that, I don't know, some time period within the year? Or, what I like to do is just kind of split it up into different chunks. Not so many as 12 or 6, but maybe like 3 or 4, and then make purchases that seem good, that will hold long-term value, that aren't junk, that will not be overprinted, but will have a shortened supply. And just do 3 or 4, maybe 5 larger purchases of things like that. Like, say, cases of Japanese Pokemon booster boxes. Like, say you have a chunk and you want to invest it, so you could break it up into 4 different smaller chunks, and you just make large purchases with those chunks. Now, this diversification, or spending at different time intervals, allows for safer prices. I mean, Pokemon is pretty volatile. Newer sets can be a high price, or like with 151, the pre-order price is the lowest price we see, and then every day after that, the price is higher. So you have a mixed bag of prices go down after release, or prices just go up after release. No one knows what the supply and demand is. But, so, these are some general guidelines. Have an investment plan. Figure out how you want to take a giant chunk of money, maybe not giant, but a big chunk, and break it down into several purchases. That way you mitigate risks, you don't blow your load in one shot, things of that nature. And don't buy products that people don't want. Don't buy products that people don't want. Let me see. Don't buy Japanese starter decks. Don't buy Japanese starter decks, although as cool as they are, they don't appreciate, no one wants them. I mean, yes, some people want them. I have them in my store. I've been trying to sell them for like 2 years. These boxes fell. No one wants starter decks. No one wants Japanese starter decks in America. That's fine. Mistake learned, or lesson learned. Good thing I didn't spend too much money on my inventory of them. I think I bought like 6 each. It was like a case each. It wasn't that much. They were about like $12 or $13 each. I'm kind of selling at a loss. I just want to get rid of them. Maybe I'll take them to my local game store and see if they want 1 or 2 pairs. I don't know. So don't buy products that people don't want, because people in the future still do not want them. Booster boxes that are sealed cases that you can sell booster boxes from. People love those. Those are products people do want and will want in the future. So don't buy products people don't want. Usually they are low priced, like the decks. Undesirable, will not be more popular in the future, and a more popular product will sell faster, it will be worth more, and it's likely to return a higher return on investment. AKA Dream Rigu, AKA Dragon Storm. I've purchased these for like the same price. I mean, they haven't like stayed about the same, but in value on the secondary market, but not too bad. So, and these will always be desirable because they're sealed booster boxes from the Sun and Moon era. It doesn't really matter which era it is. Some just have special things like Tag Team GX, but it doesn't. And the card, we're not getting into that. That's not what this video is about. Next. So, figuring out your investment plan. After you figure that out, after you buy some products, you need to figure out your short-term and long-term goals, and also your short-term approaches and your long-term approaches. So, short-term, are you going to churn and burn singles? Are you going to buy singles and then resell them and flip them for tiny margins of profit, 10 to 20%? I mean, it's maybe 30, 40%, 50%. You can, with singles, the margins can be high, but it's a low-value item. So, to make a significant amount of money, just like going back, you don't have enough capital to make significant gains. You're making a small, you're making less than $1 per card, which is fine. It just takes a lot of volume to make money. But if the volume's there, people want it, it's alright. But what do you want to start with? Do you want to start out with the cherry and berry singles, slabs, boxes, booster boxes, packs? You could sell packs. You could. They don't sell super fast. It depends where you sell them. I'm not going to get into that. There's also long term. Buying and just holding. Buying the cases, and just holding them. That's a long term approach. You can totally just buy something, hold it, and sell it in a few years. You could also buy some, hold it, and also sell some along the way, like I have. I sell booster packs. I buy singles. I resell singles. I import singles and then I resell them. I offer promo cards. So you basically, if you're going to do the long-term approach, if you're just going to buy and hold, the easy approach, that is the easiest. You can just throw money at it, buy it, store it, and that's it. You just wait. It's the easiest approach, easiest investment approach. But when you go to sell it, you need to have a seller's presence online if you want to sell it online. Of course, selling it online is easier. You're going to have a bigger audience, easier to find people with the same interests, easier to find buyers who would want your product versus local, who probably people have never heard of these sets or even opened them or would even consider buying them for whatever price you would like for them. So have an online presence to buy and sell, like say an eBay store, or I guess that's about it. eBay. You could do Amazon. I don't know if that's as good as having an eBay store. eBay is much more personalized, and people can see how many sales you have and not just like your rating. And I've sold on Amazon for like a couple of years and I still have no rating. I know. Well, I mean, there was one bad rating, but then it wasn't my fault. It dealt with shipping, and I did my part. I don't know. Customer service did like review that, but no one reviews your thing on Amazon. People do rate and review your store on eBay a lot more often. You might have. Well, I guess we're not getting into that. So figure out what you want to do once you do purchase. Take your chunk, purchase it into Pokemon. Figure out what you want to do. Do you want to do short term with it, churn and burn stuff fast, or long term buy and hold, or both? A little bit of both. You can do both. No one's saying you can't do both. But you will, if you do the buy and hold, and only that, you will need a presence to sell these online, because no one's going to buy your expensive 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 10-year-old booster box from someone with an eBay account that has 0 feedback or 10 feedback. The lower feedback that you have, the higher the risk a future buyer will have with purchasing your long-term product. So you have to, I guess the answer is you have to be in it for the long term, or the long haul. You have to do a little bit of both. You have to do short-term stuff, you got to churn and burn, and you could also do long-term things. And try to, I don't know, let the boxes appreciate for you. Let your expertise in Pokemon work for you. Don't work for it. Well, scratch that. Work for it, and let your Pokemon expertise work for you. Because all I had to do was buy these boxes on eBay, or cases on eBay, or some other website in Japan that I also frequently use. And just store them. Just sit on them. Long term approach. I have sold some short term, but that's okay too. Long term is where I like it. I also like the short term churn and burn. The selling singles is kind of fun. And packs, that's also pretty fun. Especially around Christmas time, you get higher volume, so you're a little bit busier, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of cool. You offer a little service, people enjoy it. Make a little bit of money along the way. I mean, maybe you make a lot of money. Maybe your money goes like whoop. maybe that's just how old sealed new products are. I don't know. I think that about covers it. That's all I've got. Oh, I forgot to mention. Your long term, if you don't have enough capital, say back to the beginning. If you buy a $20 product, you hold it for a couple years, and it does the 4 to 6x. It might have gained that $60 to $100 worth of value, but there's also no compound interest. I know compound interest. Who wants to talk about compound interest? Well, it's kind of important, but I mean, so these don't get compound interest either, but they kind of appreciate faster than compound interest, to be honest. Some products definitely will not and will never be worth a ton more in the future, unless it's like way in the future, like 10, 20 years from now. But at that point, you just like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to hold a Pokemon product that's a bad product that no one wants for 10 to 20 years and then try to, I just, oof. Anyways, that's enough for me. This is going on way too long. I don't know how long it is. It's probably like 20 minutes. I need to get off.